But my thing is, how can you be marketing to these same people that I'm marketing to and you giving me the hair? So you automatically got the upper hand and can take a cheaper cost, and then you in a whole nother country. So my dollar multiply. I'm sick of it. Hey y'all, we back with another video. So y'all know I like to jump right into things, as the title says. I have very much considered or kind of already got into the role of not selling hair. Yes, it has come to that point. Like, baby, granted, this is how I started. I still do hair, but selling hair is starting to be something I'm just not feeling anymore, for this simple fact. And it's more business. It's really not my emotions in it. It's really like business wise, it's right now for me, it's not a good move. So the first thing that I have, why it's not a good move for me, is the market is very saturated. At the end of the day, everybody's selling hair. Like, it's not how it used to be 10, 15 years ago. Like, it was hard to find a vendor. It was hard to find a good vendor. It was a secret. And to me, that's how businesses are ran. Like, if you think about the Apples and the Samsungs and stuff like that, they got patents and trademarks so the competition don't find out who they use and what they use and how they do it, all those different things. Like, now everybody knows. Like, it's not a secret. Everybody knows where to get hair from. It's very accessible. And it's like, where's the exclusivity for wholesale? Like, it's not there anymore. So let me get back as far as the saturated market. If you are going to sell hair in the saturated market, which is very much doable, your branding has to be phenomenal. You cannot, ain't no half stepping with it. When I say branding, content, everything phenomenal. Like, one brand I just seen come on the scene that's saying that they know what they're doing when it comes to this stuff as far as getting in the saturated market is the Upgrade Boutique. Now, this is not a sponsored video whatsoever, but they keep coming down my timeline, baby. Okay, I think they're in Houston, Texas. Shout out to them. Tell them I said, hey. But when they came out, everything was giving me very much luxury, very much chic, very much, baby, you're going to slay the guy. Baby, they were giving it. Whoever they gave, whoever, their content creators or whatever they did, baby, they seemed like they had a whole strategy to be able to swoon you in on this luxury lifestyle of hair. If you ain't doing that, and I ain't gonna say luxury or affordable, if you not really honing in to your target audience, like all those things when it comes to hair, like you can't half step or half ass, excuse my language, to selling hair right now. You just can't, because it's a saturated market. Yeah, I know they say go down the bread aisle and all that other stuff. Well, the bread's here, baby, and you gotta stand out. Okay? Wine, all of them analogies, you got to stand out. So my next thing to that is the profit margin is really not that high at the end of the day. It's number two. And what I mean is, so usually the golden rule for when you sell anything, you should be able to competitively multiply the cost by 1.5 to 2, maybe even 3. We all know, if you're a wig maker or whatever the case may be, we know we can't multiply the cost by 3 or even 2 for that matter. It's hard. It's very hard. Especially when you talk about quality hair. Like, I just started getting into the double dry hair, baby. I had crimped it. This is like second day hair. I had to get it together. But somebody would buy it. It's just very hard. I'm not even gonna, to be able to, I couldn't mark this up twice of what I paid for. Maybe, maybe a half, but the golden rule is you're supposed to be able to do 1.5 to 3 times cost. Because to me, it's like I want to do 3 for the simple fact I want 1 to go towards, 1/3 to go towards back to the product, another 1/3 to go towards advertising, and another 1/3 to go towards profit. That's how I look at when I try to multiply or figure out pricing and stuff like that. You really can't do that with hair. So unless you like do hair or you have another service to go along with it, it's just like the profit margin is really not there. For affordable or luxury, it's like, it's really tough. It's really tough. I'm not saying it's not possible. Please let me say that. It is very much possible. It's just not worth it for me for right now, especially since I sell hot tools that are doing very well, thank God. But for me, I'd rather just focus on my hot tools because the cost to keep inventory and everything is a little, I don't have to have so many variations. Like, think about it. You gotta have, especially if you're talking about in store. And this will go into how the investment, that's the next thing I'm gonna talk about, is the investment into going into hair is totally different because you need way more. The cost of hair is expensive. So, and then if you talk about having a store, you gotta have all the variations. You gotta have straight and 12 to 30. body wave 12 to 30, curly 12 to 30, frontals, closures, wigs. I'm exhausted talking about it. Like, it's a lot, y'all. And I just want to be completely honest and transparent. I'm not trying to talk nobody out of not selling hair, but baby, you got to have a plan, and you got to know what you're doing, okay? That's what I mean by having inventory, because granted, there is money in convenience. It's always somebody last minute, or they didn't get their hair in time, so they got to run to the hair store. So it can be a lucrative business, but you're getting the last minute people. And then once you woo them over, say, oh, she got some hair, I can go to her in the first place, then you good. But at the same time, to have 3 bundles of 12 through 28 and body wave straight, like, if you break all that down, those numbers just start, it's too much. So way back when, like I said, when it was hard to get a vendor, you could start with your 10 bundles and, you know, this and that. That was cool. But the issue is now the wholesaler has become the competitor. How can you be my supplier and my competition? Like, you trying to sell directly to my customers at this point. Like, they do some shady practices, and I've seen it. I've seen it. They leave labels on purpose. They, you know, it starts, even with that, especially with the drop shipping. Drop shipping has always scared me, because, like, baby, you're not finna try to get my customer from under my nose. Like, no, I'm not. I'm lazy, but I ain't that lazy, because we're not finna do that. So that kind of goes into the next step, is that the competition, the supplier is becoming a competition. And it's like, how is that possible? There's no exclusivity. It used to be like, okay, you get a wholesale price, or they only sold wholesale prices. There was no retail. There was no buy 3 bundles in the closure and this and that at one point in time. At one point in time, if you want to buy 10 bundles, baby, you wasn't talking to them people. Them people wouldn't give you the time of day, because shipping was, you know, it's astronomical now, but shipping is not cheap. So it's like, it wasn't worth it to them. But for whatever reason, there was a term where they was like, oh, we gonna sell, like, we gonna still give you a discount for wholesale, but baby, we gonna be selling too. And if you notice, they started to sell on Amazon, they on Shein, and baby, they got Instagram accounts like nobody's business. And some of them really got some good content, to be honest. I just seen some good content from these vendors. But my thing is, how can you be marketing to these same people that I'm marketing to, and you giving me the hair? So you automatically got the upper hand and can take a cheaper cost, and then you in a whole nother country, so my dollar multiply. I'm sick of it. I'm frustrated. I'm sorry, I'm so frustrated, because the hair business, I felt like, was something us black women or black people could get into and get a piece of the pie, because these Koreans and stuff came over here with these beauty supply stores. I'm sorry to be talking so fast, but they came over these beauty supply stores and took over. And now we tried to get the whole, you know, virgin bundles and stuff like that, and try to do our thing there, and boom, here they come finding a way to get that money too. Now, granted, it's business. Competition gonna do that. But, I don't wanna do it no more. Or I need to come up with a different game plan. I don't want to do that no more. I'm sorry. It's not even worth it. And that's kind of why I got into selling my vendor, because it's like, or selling a vendor, because it's not worth it. It's almost not worth it. Now, granted, like I said, I'm always keep a vendor under my belt, because they make some good hair and stuff like that. But I actually have a webinar coming up soon. Hopefully this video will be posted by then. But the webinar is going to come with 10 vendors, and they're not all vendors going to be that's hair. It's going to come with the custom bags, the wig tags and stuff like that, because wigs is money right now, y'all. If y'all don't get us wigs, baby, you better. Because the one thing they don't have is, baby, they can't style a wig. They can't get the baby hair just quite right. They ain't got that part. They ain't got the hot comb and the curling iron. They ain't quite there. So where you're going to be able to make your money is customization, bleaching knots, plucking. That is where your money is going to be as far as a service is concerned when it comes to that. So you have to kind of think outside the box to kind of like, okay, what do they don't have that I can provide? And a lot of times is making ready to wear wigs where you can just, you know, style, and the client is able to plop it right on their hair. Or if you're a hairstylist, it's a convenience to have the hair in store for your clients, as well as to know what type of quality is being dealt with. Because a lot of people don't know, and I know this is getting a little off track, is those styles and stuff that you want to get, or you see that's real full, you need a certain type of hair. You can't, like I just learned about double drawn hair. Double drawn hair is very full and thick. Single drawn hair is the hair that kind of thins out towards the end, which naturally happens regardless. But we know some hair is thinner than others. So, anywho, we can talk about that another day. But yes, that is my biggest issue, is that last one. Is that the supplier has become the competition. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Okay? And that's pretty much all I have on why I don't want to sell hair anymore. And I'm pretty sure there's some reasons that you may have or can agree with. Holla at me in the comments. Let me know what type of videos y'all want. I'm trying to come back full first 2022. I've been slacking, but I done found me some help to help me pick my feet up. But I enjoy talking to y'all, even though I'm in this room by myself. I always get a kick. I always want to have this, I don't know where, maybe because I'm my only child, but I love what I do when I get in front of this camera. It comes to me with ease. Now, try to tell me to go in public talking. It might not happen that way. But please think about it before you invest into hair. Maybe it's nothing going wrong with going into the beauty industry. There's plenty of money in the beauty industry. There's money in the hair industry. But you got to have your budget together. You got to have your marketing together. You have to have your content. You have to have a real marketing strategy. You just can't pop up and say, hey, I'm selling hair. No, you got to give it a little bit more than that. It's not that simple anymore. So please, I hope I helped someone today. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I hope I didn't discourage anybody. That was not the purpose of this video. It was for me to be transparent and tell you what the real is going on. And it's maybe a week or two before the Chinese New Year. And baby, those prices might go up. Now, I've heard some vendors going back down since the pandemic kind of dwindling down a little bit, but we don't know. We don't know what tomorrow holds. And with that, Slay Babes, I am out for the evening. See you next video.